squad? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing my Season 1 Modern Warfare 3 Search and Destroy classes and settings. It's been a few weeks since my last video, and I said I would update it when Season 1 is finally out, and Season 1 is here. The weapon tuning has been locked in. Things have changed a little bit, so I have got the new classes for you. Let's hop right into it. Before we get into the classes, the first thing I want to say is what works for me may not work for you. I say this in every class setup video that I make, and what I mean by this is that these are classes made catered to my playstyle and the way that I like to play Search and Destroy. So if there's anything about these class setups you absolutely hate, that's fine. You could change it. Just use my classes as an example or a base, and then you can create what you like for your playstyle off of that. Starting things off with the old reliable MCW. Guilty as charged. I'm gonna be honest, this is totally my favorite weapon in the game. I love this weapon. I'm trying to use it less and less simply because it is very overused right now because it's the CDL weapon of choice. But when it comes to the assault rifles in this game, the no recoil MCW is just so satisfying. Class setup, we've got the RB Claw PSL grip, the Mark III reflector, the high grain ammo, the MCW Cyclone barrel, and the Cassis brake. Now, when it comes to the ammo and the barrel, I'm rocking both high velocity ammo with a high velocity barrel, which is typically a no-no in multiplayer. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it's a placebo or what, but I feel like this weapon feels 1,000 times better with both the attachments. Like, it genuinely feels worse to me when I take off the high grain ammo or the barrel. I gotta have them both. The gun just feels better with them both. So it could totally be a placebo. I haven't watched an exclusive base video on this gun yet. Could totally be a placebo multiplayer, but as of right now, I don't really care. I love the way this gun feels with both. So if I'm crazy for having both on, sue me. Next up, we have the CDL Sweat SMG of choice, the Rival 9, aka the CX9 or the Scorpion Evo. And this weapon has grown on me a lot. In my first class video, I said I hated this weapon. And you know, I finally found a setup I liked. We've got the Shadow Strike suppressor, the DR6 hand stop, the Rival 6 clear shot barrel, the MTZ Marauder stock, and the Rival Vice assault grip. Now, if the suppressor isn't your thing and you want to go unsilenced, the Purifier muzzle brake is what I would replace it with. This is the CDL muzzle of choice for this weapon, and it's rightfully so. It's a very good muzzle. You could also just take off the suppressor and go for a 40-round mag as well if you don't want the extra recoil control. Me personally, though, I like the suppressor on this setup for rush flanking in pubs. Been a while since I've put a shotgun in one of my class setups lists. We have the Lockwood 680, which I've actually been enjoying a lot in this game, simply because the shotguns really aren't overpowered. The Modern Warfare 3 ones, at least, are not that great. They're just fun to use, so I thought I'd include this setup for this gun because I've been using this Lockwood a lot in SnD lately, and I've gone through setup after setup after setup, and I have finally found a setup that I actually like on this weapon. Shout out to Slade, by the way. This is actually a setup I got from him. We have the VX Pineapple underbarrel, the Bryson Choke muzzle, the Lockwood Defender barrel, the Hipshot L20 laser, and the sawed-off mod. Next up, we have that fresh DLC. We have the Ram 7 back once again. Now, unfortunately, this Ram is not as good as the MWIII one, but mid-range, it's a pretty solid weapon for those of you like myself who like the MTZ assault rifle. This is a solid weapon that's very similar in terms of your mobility and recoil and fire rate. For the class setup, we've got the Skeletal vertical grip, the Komodo heavy muzzle, the Headwind long barrel. We run the Nightar model optic, not the Mark III reflector. We run in the mirror the FT polycomb. Now, as far as the optic goes, you'll see me kind of flip back and forth in this video between the Mark III reflector and the Nightar model. It really just depends on the weapon, which one I like more. I found that I like the yellow dot more on certain weapons and the reflector more on some others. Don't really know why. It's just a preference thing. I just realized I lied. The MCW is not my favorite weapon in Modern Warfare 3. This is. We have the XRK Stalker, aka the Ballista or the MSR sniper rifle. This thing is awesome. I love it. It's made SnD sniping so much fun, just like it was when they added the old intervention pack in Modern Warfare 2. I absolutely love this sniper for Search and Destroy. As far as class up goes, we're rocking the short barrel, the V laser, the Helix LV light stock, the XRK Stalker light bolt, and the FT match grip. It's just max ADS speed out. If you can hit headshots with this thing, you won't get hit markers, but if you don't hit headshots 24/7, I recommend taking off the barrel and going for the high ground ammo instead, just to help you not get as many hit markers if you can't always hit your headshots when it comes to those long range shots. I like to pair my sniper up with a secondary pistol because, you know, sometimes you miss your shot, so you rock the pistol. I haven't reached knife secondary with the sniper yet because I like the Renetti. I like the secondary in this game. And we've got the Raffica, the Renetti, whatever you want to call it, the B23R from Black Ops 3, the burst pistol, all right? We've got the burst pistol and the attachments we are rocking. We got the Bruin Express trigger, the 9mm high grain ammo, the MLX short competition barrel, the sidearm L400 laser, and then the Renetti wood grain grip. Now, if you're a fan of the akimbo, you could totally swap out and go with some akimbo as well. Me personally, though, I just like the single more. The akimbo is very good, don't get me wrong, but I like having the single in case I randomly have to get a long range kill with the Renetti just because I get caught with the Renetti out instead of my sniper. Moving on to the other fast fire rate assault rifle, we have the MTZ-556, which I think is still very underrated. I don't see this as much in search and destroy lobbies as I should. My lobbies consist of like 8 MCWs and then like 4 snipers, so you guys need some damn variety. Use an MTZ, it's great. We have the MTZ Drifter Heavy Barrel, the Cassis Brake, the DR6 Hand Stop, the Mark III Reflector, and then the Bruin TR24 Assault Grip. Moving on to more SMGs, we got that Uzi Gang, baby. We got the WSP9, which this class setup has not changed from the last video because I still love using this SMG, and I really like my class setup on it, and I stand by it. We've got the WSP Optac Long Barrel, the Mark III Reflector, the 40-round mag, the Marauder Grip, and then the WSP Factory Stock. And as always, if you want some longer range for this weapon, take off the 40-round mag and throw that conversion kit on because the conversion kit is disgusting. In my last class of video, I said that I hope they buff the Striker, aka the UMP45, and I'm so happy to announce that they did, and it's disgusting again like it was in the beta. This SMG has been my favorite to use as of late. We've got the Striker Recon Long Barrel, the Shadow Strike Suppressor, the DR6 Hand Stop, the Night Arm Model 2023 Optic, and then the Socken ZX Grip. As far as the actual class setups themselves, they've changed up a little bit. The Karambit secondary is still 100% the thing to run. The Karambit secondary is the best secondary in the game. The knife is very good in this game. The Karambit also has the max movement speed you could possibly have, so run the Karambit. A lot of people don't realize the Karambit is in fact faster than the Gutter Knife, so keep that in mind. Always use the Karambit, not the Gutter Knife. The Karambit has faster movement speed. Lethal attacks, we got the Stun Grenade and the Frag Grenade. I swap out the Stun for smokes depending on the map that I'm on, but as far as stim shots go, I kind of just stopped using them. They're still just not that great in this game. For healing yourself, they're great. For rushing, not as much because of the way the animation is. So like overall, like it really depends. Every once in a while I have a map that I'll use a stim on for rushing, but for the most part I'm using a stun every single lobby on this game, accompanied with a frag grenade or a thermite. The frags are still disgusting in this game even after they fix EOD, and then the thermites are just for riot shields because for some reason everybody is obsessed with riot shields on this game. Please stop using them. I'm tired of it. I feel like every lobby has a riot shield now, and it's actually really aggravating. I hope we see a riot shield nerf soon. They've tried nerfing them a little bit, but it obviously wasn't enough because I see them constantly, and they feel like they are just really, really hard to kill in this game if they have the shield up. Now, this is where things get interesting. I have gotten asked this so much on my videos recently. I might even end up making a whole video dedicated to this one equipment. But we have the Dead Silence field upgrade, and I keep getting asked, why am I running Covert Sneakers and Dead Silence? Well, Covert Sneakers we're obviously have on all of our classes to keep our footsteps silent, period. That's what we're running. The reason why I'm running Dead Silence is because there's been a change to my classes since they buffed EOD. I'm now running EOD instead of running Ghost, because EOD will save me from nades here and there, and Ghost would keep me off the radar, right? Well, we're running EOD, so now we're on the radar. How do we fix that? Dead Silence field upgrade. A lot of people don't know this, but Dead Silence actually doubles as Ghost in this game. It works just like the Ghost perk does. If you're moving with Dead Silence on, you won't be on the radar. So when people call on UAVs, if I have an assault rifle, I'll usually shoot the UAV down. But if I don't have a chance to shoot the UAV down, I pop Dead Silence, and you've seen me do it in my videos lately, and I keep getting lots of comments about it. That's why. It's not double silent footsteps. It is simply to keep me off the radar if the enemy's calling a UAV. Finally, with my classes, we got Covert Sneakers, EOD, and then Marksman Gloves for all of my assault rifle classes. Marksman Gloves reduce your idle sway, and they reduce your flinch while on ADS, just give you better long range potential out of your gun if you're being shot at. Marksman Gloves are great for those long range classes. Now, as far as the SMGs go, my class setups are exactly the same except we're running quick grip gloves, because if you guys watch me play, I like to throw my stuns and nades very quick off my rush routes, and having quick grip helps with that. I also tend to rush so quickly that I don't have time to reload, and so I'll just pick up an enemy weapon off the ground and use that, and being able to have the increased weapon swap speed is very helpful for doing that. Moving on to my settings, I actually have some controller settings for you guys as well in this video, since I've actually been playing controller quite a bit lately. I've actually been using it quite a bit. I did it in a recent CDL tourney that I did, and I also have been running controller in pubs quite a bit, just kind of swapping back and forth, trying to get good with both inputs again, because I used to play on controller, but the last few years I've played on keyboard and mouse. So I've kind of just been trying to play both and have fun with both lately. So I've got settings for both in this video. For my keyboard and mouse people, I run 800 DPI for those wondering. I'm just gonna go ahead and just turn on my face, turn on my mic, and just scroll through all of my settings. I say this in all my videos, but I'm a strong believer that as far as settings goes, there's only like one or two that you like need to have on everything. Besides that, it's pretty much a preference thing. So I'm just gonna show you guys my settings from my setup and what I like to run, and you guys can look at whatever you want to look at. All right, squad, that is it for the video. Those are my classes and settings from Modern Warfare 3 Season 1 Search and Destroy. Thank you for watching. I will update this video again in Season 2.
you.